right?
That was Sony, and we have just the big N to hit here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The N word. Obviously, we're talking about Nintendo.
right.
Um, wow. Can we just, before we even get into it, just wow, what an incredible digital event thing that they did.
Yeah, it was like it really capitalized on not being a press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did everything that I don't. They just not only did they show some great stuff, they showed some great stuff. They showed some very early stuff, just like EA, but they also just exactly what you said. Just did everything that works for what they were like doing. I don't know. It's hard
they
to
like
explain. It just
they like
everything.
capitalized on the medium that it was like a pre-recorded thing that they could produce.
Yes.
They did it.
Yeah,
Like,
and just right before we even get into the games, just the way they presented it, because I think that is worth noting. The robot chicken stuff between announcements, I thought that was really neat.
yeah, I really dug it. I like that stuff.
Yeah, and it just goes to show. I mean, with the Mega 64 announcement of Nintendo's digital event and the
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Invitational, they're just doing some weird stuff, man. Like they are all in on the crazy
Well,
train,
they're
and they
having
just
to
do
get
not care.
scrappy with it, man. Like they're not just like sitting on a cloud at the top anymore. It's
You're
like
right. Yeah.
they got to do some stuff.
Yeah,
So
and to all the people who were saying like, "Oh, Nintendo's out, they don't have a press conference,"
yeah,
this just goes to show you, man. Like, this is exactly why they did not do a press conference because I am so excited to talk about it.
yep,
It is. I mean, the other stuff was good. Microsoft did great. I think they were the best in like live press conference, to be fair. But Nintendo just knocked it out of the park and they make a good argument for why E3 does not even need to exist as a venue for press conferences. You know,
yeah,
um,
maybe, yeah,
as like a show to come and showcase your games. Yeah, totally. But for press conferences, they're not 100% necessary. And I will say, Nintendo's Nintendo Direct was the only stream and on somebody's server somewhere. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
stream, I had no problem. I watched the whole thing, full 1080p HD.
right, right.
Every other press conference, Sony's in particular, there was hitching all over the place, and this happened to me last year way worse. This year it was a little cleaner. Microsoft's was fine. EA, Ubisoft was mostly fine.
Yeah,
Sony's hitched so much, had points where it was pausing, missed this, missed that. Nintendo, no problems, because it was
right.
already there on the internet. So right into it. Super Smash Brothers is coming to the 3DS.
Yeah,
They showed that off right away, and along with that, they wanted to announce their new near fields communication Skylanders Disney Infinity like product line called Amiibo.
Amiibo. Yeah, this is a weird thing that seems like it could be cool, but also I don't really know what it is. It's like I don't know. It keeps your
I was totally
stats. You
wrong.
can level up your guys, but and you can use it across games, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I thought I knew what it was, and then the more I read about it, it actually is not a player controlled character. It is like it is like your buddy.
in
So you
Smash Brothers,
yeah, so which
but
kind
it
of makes
could be
more sense.
something completely different in another game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, in Smash Brothers, which is the only game that they showed anything for this
Yeah.
product. You use you have like a Mario toy, you put him in, and then your Mario guy pops up in the game and fights alongside you.
Oh.
Or you can
Okay.
fight against him, and then if you beat him or if he beats you, he will level up and raise their stats accordingly. And then that's the cool thing is that then you take your Mario, go to your friend's house. Your friend has a Samus, and he has also leveled up his Samus. You put them both on the Wii Pad, and they fight each other.
So it's
So you're like,
Pokemon.
yeah, totally. It is basically Pokemon with toys, like we are so close to having Pokemon. It is unbelievable. Like digital, well, I'll say Digimon, right?
Right.
Because I mean, even Skylanders has the Trap Team thing, which is they're just straight up taking Pokeballs and just like you need to capture this guy and just sticking
Right.
like Pokeball type thing. But yeah, once I actually understood what Amiibo was, I was actually kind of excited because it's really neat.
I mean, I
But
guess it could be like unlocking characters in a game in a different game, Skylander style, if they chose to make a game like that.
yeah,
It's just the real. It's just seems overly convoluted the way it was sort of presented.
yeah.
So,
I do like the idea of you bought this Mario guy, you bought a Mario figure. This will work in every Mario game, duh.
yeah, that's cool.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I am optimistic about this, but I am also very skeptical. But Nintendo has a knack for these types of things, so we'll see.
And they did say they will be patching Mario Kart 8 to support these in some way.
Which that's super cool. Hopefully that's interesting because I have no idea what they'll do with Mario Kart 8. But okay, so Kirby's Epic Yarn is getting kind of a spiritual successor thing. We've seen it before. We thought it was just Yarn Yoshi. It is now called Yoshi's Woolly World. Coming 2015.
They spent so long in that yarn shop talking to those dudes.
Mm-hmm.
That was too long, but
I dug it, man. I dug it.
it's cool. I mean, it's a platforming Yoshi game. If you're into it, it looks cool.
Yoshi is my least favorite, like character for his own game in a Nintendo property. I don't like the way he I don't like his physics. I don't like the egg mechanics. I don't like that. But that game looks beautiful. It looks incredible.
Yeah, that yarn stuff continues to be great.
Yeah, it looked great in Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
And you're right, it just continues to look even better. So, and another game that is really neat is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah, this is an offshoot of levels in Super Mario 3D World, right?
Yeah, and I really like Super Mario 3D World, but I have to say that those Toad levels were probably my favorite part because they were really unique, and you needed the Wii pad. Like the Wii U pad was essential for those puzzles, which is why it was so neat. And I was super pumped that this happened because when that game came out and I played it, I said this should be a game because this is the best part of this game. And
Sweet,
I guess
it's happening.
Yeah, there must have been a bunch of other people who also said that. So good on them. Cool.
And it's cool just to see Toad getting his own game.
Yeah,
that's cool too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess he hasn't had his own thing.
Yeah.
So on to the big news. There is a new Zelda game coming out.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Are you a Zelda fan?
So, I grew up playing Zelda. I'm a little old, not super old, but a little old. So I was around when the original Zelda came out, and I played it. I played them all basically until maybe Wii. Yeah, I played them all up until the
Twilight
Wii
Princess.
one. Yeah. What was before Twilight Princess? Was that
Wind Waker was before.
Yeah, I played Wind Waker. So that was the last one, and I haven't played one since. So I'm kind of like older school Mario or Zelda guy, but I thought I was out. Like I thought I was kind of done with Zelda.
Yeah.
But now I no longer think that.
Yeah. I'm kind of in that camp. I have to admit I'm not a great big Zelda fan. I did play A Link Between Worlds because that was just getting such an incredible amount of praise that I was like, I own a 3DS. I felt like I was doing myself a disservice by not playing that game.
Yeah.
And I was. That game is fantastic. It's great.
Nice.
So I played that, and I also played, I played Wind Waker. I played a bit of Twilight Princess, but I didn't get really heavily into it. Skyward Sword looked great, and I never bought it, so I never played it because I was kind of done with the Wii at that point. But they had the guy just talking, right? He was like, "Yo, there's a Zelda coming out," and then, boom, snap my fingers. The whole back wall is now Zelda. It's Hyrule.
It's like the most beautiful Zelda shit you've ever seen,
dude.
It's like flowing grass, like ugh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And you know what? Here's the thing: is that this is Nintendo, so I fucking believe everything that I saw.
Right. Yeah.
And okay, but it's not photoreal, and Mario Kart 8 looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably the best looking game on so far on this new generation.
Yeah.
And this just looks wow, just not photorealistic, but just incredible.
It's just the art style. That's why you believe it, because it's not. Doesn't look like technically you don't believe what they're making the machine do. The reason it looks so beautiful is just because of the artistic decisions they made, and of course that's possible. You just need super artistic people. So. Yeah, it looks amazing, and they were saying all the right things, like this is going to be an open world, which is a big deal, like for Zelda, like that's and Nintendo. They don't make those kinds of games in general, especially 3D games. So that's awesome. Like, yeah, Skyrim, Zelda. I want. Give me that.
Totally, and then we were like, oh, so there's a still image, just the grass waving kind of. It looked like an animated GIF in the background, right? Yeah. And then he was like, nope, now it's for real. And then just fucking the horse with Link on it, or whoever that was, probably Link, and then just like running away from a giant crazy monster, blowing up things and
explosions,
particle effects and colors everywhere. And then the Link, we're assuming it's Link, jumps off the horse and then pulls out a magic bow and shoots an like full high resolution. Have you seen this? There was just a picture that somebody must have just taken a still image from that exact scene. That is the coolest character design Link I've ever seen.
It's
perfectly
awesome.
cell shaded, just everything. It's just like how we gloss over, we lose our shit because the cloth physics in Metro looks amazing, everything like that, like it looks so real. And these same kind of things, like everything moves as if it were a real thing, but it's done in this beautiful, fantastical art style.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just putting those two things together in that crazy background, wow, yeah. I'm not a Zelda fan, just straight up, but that got me pumped just because of how good it looked.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's cool that it looks really beautiful, and it's cool that they're going in what appears to be a completely new direction for the series.
Yeah. And it wasn't, you're right, and it wasn't like they just got, hey Miyamoto, come over here and say a few words about Zelda, even though you're probably just a consultant at this point. They got a new guy, and he was just like, look, this is what I'm doing with Zelda.
Right.
Cool, I'm down. Yeah. And Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, we've covered this Platinum stuff. It's just not. I'm sure it's great.
I'm sure it's good, but yeah, exactly. I'm not a big fan, and that kind of links in with Hyrule Warriors.
I'm pretty sure this won't be that great, actually.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know if you like Dynasty Warriors, you'll probably like this game because that's what this is, just with Zelda stuff.
I am not a fan of Dynasty Warriors at all. I think that those games are garbage.
I used to play I used to play them, like the first two. I think I was pretty into, but I haven't played one since then because it's the same thing every time.
Yeah, I'm not into that stuff, but I was surprised how good that game looked.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks very nice, which is not typically how the Dynasty Warrior games look. But
that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. That is not the game for me. Just like Bayonetta is not. But it looks very good, so I'm sure people will dig it.
Sure.
Kirby's Canvas Curse is also getting a sequel called Kirby's Rainbow Curse. Did you ever play that game, the original?
No. I know people loved it though.
Yeah, it was one of the first DS games that was like a must-have. It was kind of a smaller game where you drew on the bottom screen with the stylus to draw a line for Kirby to ride on, which was a very novel idea because we were all questioning why this device needs to exist.
Right.
And they were like, well, this is why, because this game could not have been done on a Game Boy, which was really neat at the time, and now it seems like they're diving right back into that well to prove why you need a Wii U pad. Yeah. So, but hey, that's cool. I mean, it could be. I can't imagine this is going to be a retail game, but you never know because it is Nintendo.
Wait, is this Wii U or is it 3DS?
It is a Wii U game.
Oh man, for some reason I was thinking it's 3DS.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it looks like Kirby's little Play-Doh ball in a little Play-Doh world.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. And then you're drawing on the Wii U pad, and happiness ensues.
Yep.
So cool. Good on them. Hopefully it's a cheap, like a $30 or less downloadable title.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, that was a big deal. There was that whole like petition to get those 3 RPGs like ported to the U.S. or something. Do you remember that? I don't know. It was a whole big thing, and I guess this is a sequel to one of those.
Yeah, there was, I forget what it was called. It was it was Xenoblade something.
I thought it was Xenoblade Chronicles, and then this is Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever.
was that game called Xenoblade Chronicles?
I think so.
Huh.
I think it was just straight up called. Yeah, I think that was the name.
Okay. Wait. I think you're right. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think you are right. Yeah. Wow. Huh. Well, in any case, there aren't. I mean, there's not a whole lot of JRPG news these days, so
Right.
I'm okay with that.
So I'm sure that makes someone very happy.
I do like. I'm a big fan. I used to be a very big fan of JRPGs, but
Me too.
just I'm sure you understand. You run out of time. But hopefully this is good because I would like a good JRPG.
Sure.
Mario Maker.
Yeah, this seems like a cool thing.
Yeah, it's like they're Little Big Planet, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit more straightforward than that. Like, it's just like, hey, here, like, place all of these, like, stamps. Like, you have basically what are stamps for different types of, like, parts of classic Mario levels. You got your pipes, you got your bricks, you got your whatever enemies, Goombas, that you can just place anywhere on a grid and basically make a side-scrolling Mario map. And then you can do that in either like classic Super Mario Brothers style or what appears to be new Super Mario style. But it seems like it seems cool and also really straightforward. But yeah, just a cool little thing. I don't think
I think it'll be neat if they allow you to like, go down warp pipes. You know what I mean? And hopefully there's not. I would imagine that this is pretty early, so there will be more than 2 backgrounds, one for new and old Super Mario.
Right.
So I mean, if they add like, so you go down this warp pipe and then you're in this section of the level. You know what I mean? If they allow for that kind of thing, I think people could do a lot of really neat stuff.
It'd be interesting if they allowed like traversal between different games. Like you start in classic and you go down a pipe and you pop up in like Super Mario Brothers 3 world or something. Or
It'll be interesting. I mean, we can only hope, right? I mean, so I think that if they do all this cool stuff, like add the different styles of Mario, and there's a lot of unique things that they could do. As long as it's not just you have from here to here, to make a level. That is not going. I don't think that's going to cut it, but
as long as they're not too limiting with the tools, it could be really cool. Yeah,
because you're right. It's not going to be a Little Big Planet because those tools are insane. How incredibly deep they go. But for this, as long as they don't dumb them down too intensely, it could be great. Right. And then moving right along to something that I think is probably one of the coolest things I saw at the show, or well, not at the show, but during the show, was Splatoon.
Yeah, this is a really interesting move because it's like you don't see a lot of like completely new stuff out of Nintendo that doesn't capitalize on any of their like characters or anything. Yeah. But that seems to be what's happening here, and this is their like take on a territory control for all purposes shooter. I mean, you're not shooting people because this is a Nintendo game, but like you're basically like shooting ink and paint on the ground, and then it's like a territory control thing. And there's a cool like mechanic on top of it where like on parts of the ground where it's your color, you turn into a squid and you can move like really fast and like swim through it. So it's a weird thing, but it seems really cool.
Yeah, it seemed really cool and seemed like the type of thing that you could plan some pretty cool tactics around. You know what I mean? If you have like a skilled team, like because they were just showing, they like a couple of them would even in like during the treehouse stuff that they were showing them playing later, they just shot lines in front of them and then all dove into squids and then each popped up like one after the other just to spray a little bit ahead of them so they could continue to move as fast as possible as squids.
Oh,
and
that's
little things like that, little things like that are kind of almost like bee hopping and Counter-Strike kind of level of intricacy. just cool things like that, and I mean, you can still kill each other in this game too. You get points for yeah, you get points for splattering your
Oh, okay.
foes. So it is not strictly just a territory control thing.
Okay,
You
I
can
got
also
you.
kill people, and there's a cool thing where you can tap you can tap somebody on your team on if you like respawn somewhere. You can tap somebody on your screen on the Wii pad to just straight up just jump right to where they are.
Hmm.
So you can all just squat up at any point, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like a cool new thing, and it's obviously being built specifically for the Wii U. So like they're putting that gamepad stuff to like actual specific use. It
Yeah.
seems cool. Yeah.
And I've been saying for a long time, like I think that Nintendo just needs to hire some new blood and take what Nintendo like does well, like these great colorful worlds and a lot of like whimsy in their games, and then just make new franchises that are that exist in modern genres that people want to play. Kids are not interested in playing Mario anymore. They want to play Call of Duty or some shooting game or whatever. So if you put a shooting game that is kid friendly, that is family friendly on the Wii U, you can get these new kid audiences, and then at the same time say there are also these other games that you will probably like that you have not had exposure to because all you've wanted since the day you were born was an Xbox. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it is a great they're making moves here with stuff like Splatoon, and they're making moves for other diehard Nintendo fans with stuff like with Yoshi's Woolly World and Kirby's Rainbow Curse and the Toad game and all that. They're just wow, like what a great showing. And then they finished with announcing Palutena. I don't know.
I don't even know who that is. So
she's Pit's mom in Kid Icarus.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, sure.
I don't know. I don't care about that character, but I was very impressed by that anime trailer at the end. I thought that was really well animated and well done.
I mean, that was cool. Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be a Smash Bros. Anime.
Yeah, that would be something. I bet people would lose their minds about that stuff. Also, not on this list, but they did a real minor tease of Star Fox at the end there with Miyamoto.
That was leaked in Time.
Oh, yeah?
Or something. I don't know. Was it Time? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I seem to recall something like that.
Somewhere had the exclusive on Miyamoto's 3 upcoming prototypes, or 3 prototypes that he's showing off. One was like a giant robot game. Another one was Project Guard, yeah, that's what it was called. It was like a tower defense kind of deal, where it's multiple cameras and you have to poke at the you have to pick the camera on your Wii U pad and then shoot the things before they get into your base.
Yeah.
And then the robot one was basically Rock'em Sock'em Robots, except you're twisting your body around with the Wii U pad and whatever. And Star Fox was also shown very early by Miyamoto that he's working on that with Wii U pad tilt controls. Yeah,
it was just a real throwaway, hey, get excited, this is happening thing. But yeah.
So but that was neat. I mean, I'm pumped for a new Star Fox. Hopefully they're working on it. And I like that Miyamoto is less front facing with like, yeah, we got a new Mario. He's like, look, I'm doing some cool shit because I want to do it. Right. And then Splatoon is actually one of his small teams under him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they said that because there was I forget where I heard it. It was probably the Giant Bombcast. Yeah. So that they were saying these younger guys had an idea and they took it to Miyamoto and they were like, "Yo, what's up? Can we do this? Like, do you like this idea?" And Miyamoto was like, "Fucking do it, man." So Miyamoto, fucking do it, man.
You know how he is. His catchphrase, "Fucking do it, man."
That's his big catchphrase. Man, he speaks Japanese, so you never really know what he's saying.
Right.
He's just So I guess that's cool. I mean, you can tell that this talent is coming from somewhere, and that is from, it still stems from how genius Miyamoto truly is. And also announced was Pac-Man for Smash Brothers. So.
Right. Yep.
And just real quick, I mean, that's the end of the Nintendo digital event. Wow, there's a whoa, there's like a bassy guy driving by that didn't sound like even music. It was like the sound that Godzilla made in the new movie before you actually knew that that was Godzilla's noise.
Right.
Anyway, did you watch any of the Smash Brothers Invitational?
No, like I'm just not into Smash Brothers, so no.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I did not realize that it was happening when I turned it on, to be fair. And I was looking on Twitch to see if there was any, or I was looking online to see if the Treehouse stuff was still going on or any other E3 streaming anything. And I saw that the Smash Brothers Invitational was on, so I watched the last 4 or 5 matches of that, and that was really awesome. They had Jeff Keighley on there hosting.
Oh wow.
Wow. I don't know why. I just scratched my ear, and for some reason in my mind I didn't think that I was on camera. But yeah, wow. Anyway, just
it happens. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
We're over 2 hours in here.
Yes, we're going very long here. Just to end this, I guess. Smash Brothers. They showed it. Jeff Keighley kind of looked like he was phoning it in a little bit. But these guys have been playing for, and girls, there were girls playing too, but they've been playing for maybe a couple hours and just fucking killing it because they didn't even use the Wii controllers, the Wii U controllers. They just straight up had GameCube controllers.
Of course, yeah.
When they're demoing this game on the show floor, they only have the GameCube controllers.
Yeah.
That is crazy because I would think that playing it with a gamepad is probably perfectly fine. Playing it with a Wiimote, I would not want to do, but with a modern controller, it would be perfectly feasible. But yeah, no, they did a really good job. They had thousands of people in there just to watch them play one game. And at the end, Reggie Fils-Aimé came out and was like, "Sup, dude?" Yeah, he just walked out and he presented the trophies to the guy who won. They had a celebrity match, which was nobody notable. It was Zelda Williams was there playing. She's a celebrity because she's Robin Williams' kid and has a name from a game that Nintendo makes. And then there was another chick who I tweeted about, Erin Sanders, who was on a Nickelodeon show called Zoe 101, and that is the only thing that I know that she was on. And that's where I was like, who is this girl with a nice butt? And then that was what she was from. So yeah, and I did not know who the other 2 people were. So
wonderful.
Yeah, and so that was the celebrity match. But anyway, Reggie Fils-Aimé comes out on stage, right? This is the best part of the whole thing. He comes out on stage and he goes, "I am so excited to show you, the fans, Super Smash Brothers. But I have to say that I suck at Super Smash Brothers." He said something to that effect. He literally said, because some guy was like, at the end, it was funny because this was not scripted. It was just a dude who had got second place, and he was like, Reggie, and he's like, what? And he goes, can I play you for glory? Because it's for glory or for fun or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I play all of the Nintendo games, and I love them all, but I suck at Smash Bros. That's exactly what he said. And then he went on to say, we're really excited. Miyamoto was watching in the background. He said he was really excited. Sakurai was watching. They all were really, reinvigorated by the fans, which is incredible because Nintendo is notoriously against these types of things.
Right.
Smash Brothers. And now they've completely changed and said, this is obviously what people want, so we're going to cater to them. And that's great. And then the last thing he said was, he's gonna be playing Smash Brothers on the 3DS all the time because he's always traveling or whatever. And he says to the guy, he goes, "So next year he goes, this is going so well, I can't guarantee anything, but there is a chance we might do this again next year." And of course everybody's like, "Woohoo, yeah!" And then he goes, "So if this happens next year, I'm gonna come back and kick your ass." He said he said something to that effect, but he definitely said he was gonna kick his ass. And I was like, whoa.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and that was the highlight of E3 right there for me, man. Reggie told some dude on stage that he was gonna kick his ass.
What a guy! What a crazy dude Reggie is.
Yeah, wow. So E3, man. What do you think overall?
And I always love it. I never come away from E3 and I'm like, that sucked. I'm always like, man, that was the best. And again, this year is super awesome. EA's show was really disappointing. But like overall, there's like just tons of sweet stuff on the way. Like stuff got pushed to 2015, but like there's stuff still on the roadmap for 2014, and like I don't know, I don't have a problem being patient. I like seeing awesome stuff coming, and I like the just enjoying the lead up to it too. So I don't know, I thought there was some cool stuff. I wish there would have been a few more like surprises, but I think I always feel like that too. So,
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm in the same camp. I just love E3. You know, even the bad ones. I'm excited to see what is there. You know, it's just and to have this year be, you know, it's really Microsoft had to get competitive. Nintendo's really hitting the shitter. You know, Nintendo's gasping. It has seemed like they were kind of like grasping for straws, and then they just come out with this killer. It's just an awesome press event, and Microsoft had so much to gain, and they just fucking took it. And then Sony kind of took the wrong lessons from Microsoft and talked too much about movies and stuff. But they still had some great stuff to show. I think everybody did really great, with the exception of, you know, the EA conceptual garbage. I'm successful E3. And cool.
Definitely lots of reasons to be excited about games, for sure.
Yeah, and they definitely proved that there's a lot of things to be excited about this year, and so much next year.
Yeah,
there's
for
an
sure.
Unprecedented amount of games coming next year to be excited.
Yeah, next year is going to be nuts with the stuff coming out. Like next
you think
holiday,
October is going to be busy?
Holiday 2015 is going to be out of control, I think. Yeah. But I just want to throw in here, if you are watching this right now, like if you actually made it this far, just put it in the comments. Like, because I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if anyone made it this far. So just mention it in the comments. Say, hey, I made it this far, and then I'll reply to you saying I love you. So,
yeah, totally. If you watched this far, man, Jonathan will give you $5. He will send you a letter with $5 inside of it.
I mean, I won't do either of those things. But
this is my Jonathan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Jonathan's. There's going to be. I'm going to put a. There's an asterisk here.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know about the asterisk.
Yeah, you didn't know because it hasn't been edited in yet.
Right.
And then in the comment or in the information below, it says Jonathan will not give you $5. But thanks anyway. Yeah. So that was E3, man.
Yeah, E3. We did it. Yeah, we put out those videos. That was fun stuff, and we'll probably be talking some more E3, doing some stuff. So whatever.
You know, and that's the thing is I can't wait to actually stop. Wow, more noises. I can't wait to stop talking about E3 and start reading about it. You know, because there is a lot that I don't know from people who are actually there. And we have been very busy. This is our first E3 coverage for Fish Tuxedo. But good enough.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan, for sticking here with me for 3 hours practically.
Yeah, you got it. It's been fun.
All right. And that was our E3 coverage for Fish Tuxedo. Thank you for watching. Seriously, if you watched all the way through this, you are an incredible, incredible human being and have an unbelievable amount of stamina. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that was E3.
And we're out.
See ya.